everyone, welcome back to Make It with Mod Podge. My name's Cathie and today I have a really cool technique to share with you. I am going to show you how you can do tissue paper decoupage over some of those wall stickum tiles. Now these tiles come 12 by 12, but they are plastic and lightweight. You can get them at the dollar stores and you can just glue it to your project and then decoupage over it, and look at all of that cool texture. Now for this, I did the wall tile onto the pumpkin shape, but you could do this for so many different home decor projects, even holiday ornaments. And you can see under there, you've got all that cool texture. I did a little bit of gold paint on there, but if you wanted to texturize this more, you could dry brush some light colored paint or some dark colored paint for some antiquing. This is a super simple project and a super simple technique, so let's just dive right in and get started. For this technique, I'm using satin Mod Podge and the adhesive backed wall tiles. Now you can see here that my wall tiles are not large enough, so I'm just gonna simply cut them down. These are plastic and they cut very easily with scissors. Then I'm just gonna peel the stickum off and go ahead and attach them to my pumpkin shape. Now for here, I'm just gonna cut off that edge and match them up, and I'm gonna cover the entire pumpkin with the tile shapes. I love this texture. It's gonna look so cool with the tissue paper over it. Once all your tiles are down, you can cut off the excess. I did have to add a little bit more glue in between my tile and the wood shape. Now I'm gonna paint the whole thing with Folk Art Home Decor chalk in a white color. That's gonna be so that the colors of my tissue paper really pop out. And I'm only using a single ply of tissue paper. This is gift wrap tissue paper. This same technique would work with napkins, but with the tissue paper, you get a much larger surface. Now I'm using the Mod Podge satin. I'm gonna coat the entire thing with Mod Podge satin. I'm working quickly and I'm covering the whole front. Then I'm just placing the tissue paper on there, giving it a press with my hands, and then I'm gonna dry brush over it. This brush doesn't have any Mod Podge on it. I'm just dry brushing over it, and that will help the tissue paper get into all of the nooks and crannies and really make that texture pop out. You can already see it coming out. After about 15 minutes, I'm gonna top coat with that same Mod Podge satin, and that will seal down all of my tissue paper and make it cleanable, wipeable. Look at that gorgeous texture. All right, now it's time to flip it over, and we're gonna reverse this by trimming some flaps, and then we're gonna use the Mod Podge to seal them to the back. To finish off the back, you could add some cardboard paper, or you could paint the whole thing one simple color, like a dark black or a dark brown. If you're doing that, you would just paint right on over your papers. All right, now let's add some gold highlights. I'm using a little bit of the treasure gold, and I'm just rubbing it with my finger along the edges, the tops and bottoms. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more to my finger, tap off the excess, and rub it onto the design. Like I said before, you could use some dry brush light colored paint or dark colored paint here too. All right, now let's go ahead and just give that base a little bit of the gold paint. That's not really gonna show once we have all of our flowers added, but just in case a little hint, I like to go ahead and paint it also. Then I'm just hot gluing some flowers on there. I'm matching my flower colors to my tissue paper. I love these sort of blues and cranberries for the fall season, so pretty. And of course, a little pumpkin there too. I just love how this turns out. So much texture, so pretty. It's great for home decor. I could see these on crates, frames, you name it. What a quick and easy technique for texture. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I love how this turned out. All of that cool texture underneath there. I've got tons of ideas for using this technique. All right, I'll be back here next week with another fun project to share with you. And until then, have a super crafty week. Bye.